Hi Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your September 2020 full moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. Now before I dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this quiet, safe, loving space. All right. So let's see what the tarot has to say. But first, let's move your Moonology and your Queen of the Moon cards over to the side. These will be layered on top of the tarot at the end to really give Luna a voice of her own. So let's see here. How will Scorpio be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Scorpio be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Scorpio be affected by the September 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, oh goodness. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. All right. So I'm going to leave the tarot right over there, the deck. And now the left-hand side, this is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. This is your inner, your personal self, your emotional, your heart self. And this is your public self. All right, so let's see what they have to say. Here is the moon all set up from full moon to full moon. So from the 2nd of September to the 1st of August. And then you have your spirit animals right here. So we have the 9 of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands, so strong fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This has you also strongly connected with the Aries full moon on October 1st. We have the 7 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. So here, Scorpio, you see things very differently than other people. And you're going to start doubting the way that you see things because other people's voices are so loud right now. The way that they look at things, the way that they want you to look at things. And you're going to think, oh my gosh, I'm wrong. But here's the thing, you're not. You're just not. You're different. And so what? So here, it's like own your truth, own your power, and do not let others dictate for you the way that you move forward. We have the Magician, which I love. There's magic within you. Now, in Hinduism, Brahma said, he hid the God's head within man, because that is the one place we will not look for it, and you're calling on that power. As above, so below, as you think it, so it becomes. The wheel of destiny, the wheel of fortune, things start to change. and you're ready for that change. It can be astoundingly powerful and unnerving. You might feel like everything changes every 5 seconds, but it is starting to settle, and you are starting to see where you want to be, how you want to move forward. You then have the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, which links you to the new moon on the 17th of September. And then you have Aries, amplifying, again, your connection to the full moon in October. The Heart, all major arcana. This is going to be a very intense emotional time for you. So just be aware of that as you're starting, right? Yeah, as you're starting this interaction with this moon. You have the Devil, which is Capricorn energy, a time frame of December 22nd to January 19th. You have the High Priestess, which I adore. Now, this moon is highly linked to the High Priestess. Yes, it is the Mystic's moon. It's also the Dreamer's moon, the Poet's moon, the Witch's moon, but it is above and beyond the High Priestess moon. And that here for you is astoundingly empowering and powerful. You have the Six of Swords, and you have the King of Pentacles, again linking you to the Virgo new moon on the 17th. This is a powerful time for you. This is a truthful time for you. And this is a time where you are breaking chains and you are stepping into a power that once felt almost too personal to own. It's like, if I'm this, I am so me, there's no going back. If I'm this, I will feel everything so much more. I will be so much more vulnerable. But here's the thing. You're not going to be more vulnerable. Well, in a sense you are, because you're really embracing your authenticity. But you are going to be so much more powerful, so much more in control of what you're seeing, of what you desire, of the way that you're moving forward. Because this moon, for you, especially with the High Priestess shining through, this moon is astounding for you. Now, it is the Pisces full moon, all right? And the Pisces full moon is the bringer of compassion, right? It connects us with compassion like no other. It is also the moon where the veil between our world and the spirit world is astoundingly thin. You're taking advantage of that. Or it can be it's taking advantage of you. Because Scorpio, you are so connected to spirit. Spirit and you are intertwined during this time. And you are really going to be getting messages from the other world that are profound, that lead you forward in a way that you hadn't expected, that connect you with the memory of people that you hadn't thought of in a really long time, connect you with the souls of people that have passed, that have touched your life, and you're like, oh my gosh, you're greatly moved. You are greatly moved during this time. Now, the High Priestess within this moon is moving you from the mysteries of life, all right? It's a very odd way to put it. It's illuminating the mysteries that you once thought there are no answers. It is just always going to be this way. It's always going to be overwhelming. It's always going to be, that people say one thing and they do the other, that they have these masks on, that they question, they aren't who always they seem they are. And here, it's like, oh no, I get it. I get it. You're going to be seeing that everybody wears a mask because everybody is always trying to protect themselves. They too don't want to be too vulnerable in this world and have it used against them. So here, as you embrace your power and you surrender to the divine, you're surrendering to the sacred knowledge that as you move forward, you are embracing an authenticity and a truth that most people find terrifying. And as you do so, you are walking into compassion. You are sometimes overwhelmed with the illumination of knowledge that is coming forward for you. And as you see this, Spirit is talking to you much more openly, much more honestly. And the way Spirit talks is that you're going to find that there's a bit of mystery to Spirit's words, as you've probably already found for a lot of you Scorpios. And so here, when I'm seeing the High Priestess, a lot of times I see the Oracle of Delphi, which is what I'm seeing right now. And the Oracle of Delphi had people from all over the ancient world coming to seek her guidance, coming to hear her words. And now she spoke in riddles. People spent their whole life trying to understand it. And here, with the High Priestess, you can spend your whole life trying to understand, trying to work out every nuance, every detail. But here's the thing. It's a living poem. All right? Her words aren't meant to be a roadmap. they're meant to sing to your soul and to guide you forward in a way of feeling, in a way of emotion, in a way of compassion, in a way of understanding. The waters guide. And for you here, Scorpio, the waters guide in a unbelievable way. You can be getting some of your greatest ideas in the shower or in the bath. This is also saying stay hydrated. It's going to be very important for you. You have this beautiful connection to spirit, and this is a powerful time for divination. You're going to find that you're greatly drawn to meditation, to prayer, and to sleep to rejuvenate the body. But also because the honesty of this world can be astoundingly harsh. You can be drawn to alcohol, to drugs, and to sleep for oblivion's sake, not for the rejuvenation of your body. So be mindful of that. That is a warning right here. Because as you are moving forward, you are truly embracing the emotional aspect of yourself. And that's coming forward in a very powerful way. You are actually going to find that your heart of compassion is your superpower. You're going to be very drawn to the deities of compassion, to Kuan Yin, to the Virgin Mary, to Hestia, to, whatever deity it is that brings forth compassion within your mind, within your heart, within your soul. On the 17th of September, you move to the new moon in Virgo, and we have that Virgo energy coming through right here. And it's time to give rather than to take. And here, it's time to give yourself compassion, understanding, love, prosperity, to give of the knowledge that you are enough as you move forward. It opens you up to beginnings. It opens you up to knowing that a new start is coming, because this is a time with the new moon where you plant the seeds, where you see what it is that you want to harvest. You see how it is that you want things to move forward. This is a time of kind of the slate being washed clean. And as you're embracing this, you're embracing you. Hard work, dedication are definitely going to be aspects that you embrace during this time because you're a Virgo energy. Because this Virgo energy is surrounding you and following you with this new moon. And here you, Scorpio, are going to be really drawn to this Virgo energy pulling you forward. And you have it at the heart right here. And so this is a time where you find yourself walking from one pathway to another. And you find yourself embracing a beginning that you might have seen almost as an end. You might have seen as a hardship or a disappointment. And this leads you to the full moon in Aries. It says a fiery climax approaches. This is a sense of determination, of understanding, of truth, of having the fire of compassion lit and saying, I'm going to move forward in the way that I want to, in what I desire. And as you do so, you move forward in a greater sense of you, in a greater power of you. And so with the October full moon on the 1st of October, you are going to find that you are a bit stubborn when it comes to what it is that you truly desire. You are very, very passionate to the way that it is that you want to move forward. And it comes from compassion. It actually comes from a place of deep love and deep connection, which you might actually find. You think, oh my gosh, these don't come together. But with the Virgo new moon and the Aries full moon, you're going to find that they really are connected. From the 17th to the 1st of October, you are going to find that you are moving forward in a way that you have patiently been awaiting, and that you don't see things the same way as everybody else, but it brings forth prosperity and abundance, and it moves you forward in a way that you were once scared to move, because you have truly connected with the heart of what you want, and you see the power that gets to be a part of you and that flows within you. Now, your spirit animals for this time are the bear spirit and the owl spirit for September. And September, with the bear spirit, you're planting the seeds of what you desire over your heart. You're looking at where it is that you want to be, how it is that you want to move forward. And this says take time out. Take time out to connect. Take time out to understand what you want from your life. Because the bear spirit represents dominion over yourself, it represents authority, and it represents being larger than life. And as you are embracing this kind of like powerhouse of emotions, you're very connected, very protective, and very committed to those that you care for, especially those who are weaker than you. This is very much a mama bear spirit coming forward. And I know people say, what about the papa bear? But in the wild, okay, if you have a cub, the mama bear is going to be right there. The papa bear can be off. okay? And that mama bear is going to do everything in her power to protect that cub. And that's the energy that you are getting from the bear spirit during this time. It's like this bear spirit is protecting you. This bear spirit is fiercely connecting with you. This bear spirit is forcefully leading you forward at times and saying, don't turn there, turn there. Look at this, look at that. And so this is going to be a spirit animal here, Scorpio. And I feel this for you more so than I have for any of the other readings that I have done, that is going to be actively guiding you. And as it is actively guiding you during this time, you are also connecting with the owl spirit. And the owl spirit is you seeing beyond people's masks. So it says here, you see clearly now. It's because the high priestess is right there. The high priestess is right there with you, with this owl spirit. It's amplifying the owl spirit of the owl spirit, the high priestess spirit of the Pisces full moon. And this is a deep connection to wisdom. This is sharper vision and keen observational skills and insight. This is you, really trusting your intuition. And this is you seeing forward, seeing power, seeing truth, seeing self as you fly to new heights, as you gain this understanding. And so these are going to be very, very powerful spirit animals for you. And these are going to be animals that really guide you in a way that you hadn't expected. And it's going to lead you to kind of like what seems like the contrary spirit animals of October. But the spirit animals of October are also astoundingly beautiful. We have the crow spirit and we have the dove spirit. Now, why I say these are contrary is because a flock of crows, right? A flock, there we go, of crows is called a murder of crows. And a dove is always seen as a harbinger of peace. So here with the crows, it says co-create with spirit. And yes, they're called a murder of crows. Yes, the Morgan in Celtic mythology, the battle goddess was, her animal was a crow. But crows are astoundingly smart. They bring with them sacred law, okay? They are a harbinger of change, and battle brought with it change. And as you move forward in this sacred law and in this change, you're trusting in your integrity and in yourself and in your intuition. You're speaking your truth. The crow makes you speak your truth. And as you speak your truth, you're finding yourself transformed. And as you are transformed, the crow brings with it messages that you need to hear. Things that you might not think are beautiful. Just like you might look at the crow and think, oh, it's not beautiful. But if you look closer, you see the purple, you see the blue, okay? You even see the golden highlights throughout. And it is a thing of beauty. But it is a thing of beauty that needs to be closely looked at, not just simply scorned. And that's also going to be with the messages that you get in October. Now this leads to the dove spirit, and this says be peace. So as you get these messages, and also as you have this Aries energy, this Aries moon coming forward, and this Aries energy here that's very powerful for you, you remember to be peace, instead of being just simply force. And this dove spirit brings with it messages of peace and of hope, especially to those of us with hurting hearts. And as we are embracing these messages of hope, and as we are embracing this peace, and as our hearts are healing, there's gentle compassion that moves forward. And as this gentle compassion moves forward, we are released from the pain that is holding us back. And we find that we can breathe easier. And it leads us during this time in September as we move towards these spirit animals. With the 9 of Wands, it leads us to understanding that everybody has an opinion and everybody has a voice. They just do. I remember my very first boss, he said to me, Dane, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one and they usually spew shit. And I have to tell you, I could not begin to express how tickled I was that he said that. I was a teenager. It was just so terribly funny. And that's what you're finding out with the 9 of Wands. You're like, okay, listen, everybody has an opinion. Everybody thinks that they can live my life better than me. And that's cool. You get to have your opinion, but you don't get to have my life. The 9 of Wands is being through battles, and you're a bit tired of it. You're battle worn and you're bruised. There we go. And you might find, just like here, that you're tripping over your words. You can't speak. Yes, that's exactly what Spirit is saying. You can't speak for yourself the way that you want to. You can't stand up for yourself the way that you need to. And so you're feeling defeated. But here's the thing. You've stood that battle. You've stood your ground. And now you have the Knight of Wands. You have this passion, you have this connection, you have this fire, you have this truth, you have this determination, and you move forward in it. And you will not be held back. You will not be denied. And as you move forward, you are moving forward in strength. Now, the Knight of Wands is the second fastest moving knight. And you are moving forward in strength and in determination, and you are finding that, yes, things change, and the veil is lifted from your eyes, and you will not be the same. This has to do with your passion. This has to do with the reason you get out of bed in the morning. This has to do with what drives you forward and what ignites you. And you've planted your seeds. You're going to want to see your harvest come a lot quicker than it is going to. And that's just human nature. We want things to have happened yesterday. We want the success to already be there. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it's saying here, be patient. Let time run its course. Let you run its course with it. Okay? Do not sit there and think, oh my gosh, it has to be like this, or it has to be like that. The fruit becomes ripe in its own time. You cannot pick it before it's ready. Well, you can. And people do. You know, we sprinkle sugar on it, we put it in a bowl, we cut it all up nice, and it tastes okay. It's still hard and chewy, though. It's not as savory as if we just let it develop in its own time. Here there is a sense with the Seven of Pentacles. It's like, I've been waiting long enough, and I want it now. But this is divine timing, not our timing. And I know that that's so frustrating to say. And people will be like, Dane, I need my time now. I need it. I can't do this anymore. I can't wait any longer. If that is how you're feeling, if you're feeling as if a part of you is being held back, is being denied, all right? Stop looking the way that you've been looking. Stop looking at the road and saying, I have to walk this path. This is the path that brings success. Shake it up. You might find success in a path that you never, ever even thought of. You might find a road here with the Knight of Wands, okay, that really speaks to you passionately, creatively, and you just get inspired. You're watching something on YouTube, you're listening to a podcast, you're reading a book, you're watching TV. You see something, and you're like, oh my gosh, I could do that. Like, I could walk down that path. That calls to me. And all the effort that you've been putting into going the other way, you kind of ease up just a little bit, and you see that you're pulled in the direction that divinity wants you to be pulled in. So instead of sitting there and being like, I know what is best, listen, because this is a time when the veil between this world and the spirit world is astoundingly thin. And Scorpio, you are led. You are led and you are protected. And that is something that the spirit animals are definitely showing. That is something that you are more than powerfully embracing. And you're going to find that the bounty comes. You're going to find that, yes, you fill your basket with the apples. You're going to find that the beauty and the success and the prosperity comes forward. And it changes your perspective. You don't see things the same way as everybody else. And that can make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Why? Because it's going to be almost as if I don't want to be different again. It would be easier just to fit in for once in my life. But here's the thing with you, Scorpio. You're not supposed to be like everybody else. You're different, and you're uniquely and powerfully and beautifully yourself. You see the in-between so much more easily, and that is why the High Priestess is really coming to you. Because you see what others try to hide. And you don't look at it as shame or as horror, as terrible. You look at it as the complexity of human nature and the irreversible power of our souls and ourselves. You see things differently. It does not mean you see things badly. But because other people with the Nine of Wands tell you one way, and they're like, it has to be like this, you're going to think that you're wrong. And the fact of the matter is, you're not. You have a repeat of the number 9 here. You're coming very close to a completion of a cycle. And as you're coming very close to this completion, you're going to have something that wants to kind of hold you back, to keep you stuck, to make you think, oh no, you can't do it that way. And that's where the change comes in, and it's pushing at these bounds. And you're going to find with the Magician that you are looking at your truth as above, so below. As you think it, it becomes. What you focus on is what you're getting. And with the Magician, what you focus on emotionally, what you focus on spiritually, what you focus on intellectually, what you focus on physically is what you get. And you might sit there and say, well, Dane, I want a spectacular, magnificent life. I want a lover who is amazing. I want a power to my existence that is jaw-dropping. But there's a little voice in the back of your head that thinks, really, you think you can get all that. And that spoils the whole entire thing. The Magician is a pure understanding. And you have the Magician and the High Priestess right here, and they are connected to each other. This is majesty of spirituality. This is a royalty that is so you, Scorpio. I mean, seriously. This is a time where you come together, and I love this. Oh my gosh. Why I didn't see this right off the bat is beyond me. Okay, so the High Priestess. I see the High Priestess as having two partners within the major arcana. One is the Magician. That's pretty much her opposite. The Magician stands in front of the altar and says, hello, this is me, and uses their power. The High Priestess is more behind the scenes, okay? The caves of Delphi, the Oracle of Delphi, a hidden truth that has to be sought out. This is something, the Magician is something much more public. The Hermit. The Hermit is the person seeking their inner Delphi, seeking their inner oracle, seeking their inner truth. And so here you have the two lovers, okay, of the High Priestess coming forward. You're having this beautiful partnership. One speaks to you, okay, because the High Priestess right now is really truthfully representing you. One speaks to you in a very emotional, very quiet, very sensual, very, a following of your innermost desire way. Here. The other speaks to you with the inner and the outer becoming one, with the public and the private being fully understood. And what's so interesting is that the Magician is here over the heart and the High Priestess is here in the public arena. So they really are in each other's dominion. They are in each other's place of power. And so with the Magician, as you are moving forward, as you are creating, as you are cultivating, as you are seeing the four aspects, the four elements that you are embracing within yourself, you are also seeing through the eyes of your lover, seeing through the eyes of an emotional partner, of a way of being that is mysterious to you, but also absolutely integral. And so here with the Magician, as you say, as above, so below. As you see it, so it becomes. As you believe it, so you will move forward in that truth. And as you speak it, so it is empowered. And the Magician can also be seen as the alchemist. And the alchemist, yes, in medieval times, it was to turn lead into gold, and that was their pursuit. In ancient times, that was their pursuit. But it is also here to take man, to take human beings from the base person that they are and turn them into something extraordinary, something highly valuable, something highly cherished. And as you are embracing the gifts from divinity, as you are moving forward in this power and you are being so aware of the way your mind and your heart talk to each other, you see change coming in. The Wheel of Fortune is like, ready or not, here it comes. It's changing you, it's cultivating you, it's moving you in a direction that at once seems unreal, and also as if you were always supposed to be moving in this direction. This was always supposed to be you. And the Wheel of Destiny is saying, yes, you'll have your highs and your lows. At times, especially emotionally, you might feel like you're on a roller coaster ride and you're like, oh my goodness, when the heck is this going to end? But it is also this sense of knowing a truth and knowing a power about yourself, of seeing a glory, of seeing a way of being, and saying, I'm changing towards who I want to be and where I need to be, body, mind, and spirit. And as you embrace this, and as you see this, okay, I love how it goes down from 10 to 9. It counts down right here. It has you turning inward. It has you looking at your path and looking at what you desire and looking at where you need to be and saying, oh wow, this is my journey. This is my heart. This is my soul. This is my truth. This is myself. It is nobody else's. It is a hermit time. Virgo energy is, of course, a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. This is a time where your power and your elasticity of mind come forward. And they send you on a path that, yes, has you out of the way from everybody else, but has you forging a truth that you thought would never come and that you thought was lost. And as you do so, here it connects you. It connects you with your perspective. It connects you with the hangman. You see things differently because you are guided internally. And as you do so, then it brings you to this place of power, this place of truth, this place of determined destiny. It brings you to the Emperor. The Emperor represents all four of the kings. The Emperor is power, determination, dedication, and focus. The Emperor also, for me, is very much King David from the Old Testament. He is the king that, yes, failed, who, yes, made mistakes, but got back up and strove for greatness, strove for glory, not only for himself, but for all those around him. And he succeeded. And so this is saying, yes, you will fall. Yes, you will make mistakes. Yes, things will go wrong. It is life. It is life. But if you keep yourself connected to divinity, if you keep yourself connected to your higher purpose, if you look at your greater goals and what you want from life, you will not be steered wrong. You will head towards a truth that is powerful and that is pure. It's also showing the shift in consciousness, right? Because if you think of human beings and you think of the development of gods, right? In Greek mythology, and we could also use Egyptian mythology or, Mesopotamian mythology as gods that were astoundingly human, also astoundingly petty, especially Greek gods, North gods, yes, there we go. And here, there's that shift. Human beings no longer want their gods to be petty. They don't. They want them to be something more. And yes, King David is not a god, but his connection with God is something astoundingly human, but always striving to be better. Not saying, oh, well, I messed up and that was kind of funny. It's like, no, I'm always going to strive to be better. And that is something that we as human beings can really relate to, can really see the beauty and the power in. It's not absolute perfection, and it's not absolute, who cares, I'm the one in charge. It's right in the middle. It's something astoundingly beautiful. And that's what you're embracing here. Now, do note that a negative Aries is like Nero, who plays his fiddle as Rome burns, and that you have no time for. It leads you to this Capricorn energy, a time frame of December 22nd to January 19th. This is a disconnect, okay, from the chains that bind. This is a sense of sitting there and saying, I will no longer be held to other people's expectations, to other people's words that shout at me, that try to pull me down and deny me. I am moving forward in the power of my wisdom and my understanding. I am moving forward in my truth and where I need to be. And as I do so, I embrace me. As I do so, I see my connection with this earthly plane. I see my truth, I see my power, I see my understanding, and I move forward. I move forward towards what is more. I move forward towards what is me. And the devil is temptation. The devil also warns against addictions. Okay? Drugs, sex, alcohol, food, gambling, shopping, addictions that we can think of, off the top of our heads. But then also the addictions that aren't classified. The addictions of self-doubt, the addictions of anxiety, the addictions of, putting things off and putting things off, of procrastination, there we go. The addictions of people-pleasing, the addictions of swallowing our words so that we don't cause waves. Here, we're looking at what holds us back, and we're saying no more. Now, the devil is a conglomeration of all the ancient earth gods, the gods of nature, and it's making them evil. They aren't evil. They are ambivalent, okay? The earth gods did not care. And that's where Pan, the god of the earth, in Greek mythology, that's where we get the word panic from. Because he did not care. And he had things happen the way that they just were supposed to, without a lick of feeling for anybody else involved. He wanted it to happen, so it did. And so here, it's moving away from the panic that the unknown holds. And it's moving into a power of, I am listening to my inner truth, my inner self, and I am being guided forward. And that's what leads you to the High Priestess. That's what leads you to following the truth, to seeing behind the masks, to knowing what you desire and what you want and where you want to stand and who you are, and saying enough is enough. This is me. Because Scorpio, enough is enough. This is you. You will not be held back. You will not be held back. You will not be denied. You will know that life is, yes, a living poem, and sometimes it is hard to understand, and the rhythm is misplaced at times. But it is yours. And it is beautiful. And it is sometimes uncomfortable, like being caught out in the rain. But it can also be exhilarating and freeing and wash you clean of all that was holding you back and what was once denied. Because you see clearly now, in a way that's surprising, but also in a way that's absolutely beautiful. It leads you to a gathering up of your knowledge and your information and moving forward. Moving forward to where you want to be and to where you need to be. Are you scared? Absolutely. Is it easy to move forward? No, it's not. But it is necessary. And you are being guided by your angels and by your spirit guides and through the veil of spirit. Excuse me. Through your spiritual connection. Through your patience and through your internal knowledge. And it opens up the door in a way you hadn't anticipated, but in a way that is really quite brilliant. And it brings you to being a king of your prosperity. It brings you to putting the crown upon your head and saying, this is what I want. This is where I need to be. And this is who I am. I will not be held back. You are seeing the connections in things that you never saw the connections in before. You're seeing the power in the way that you move forward and the truth that guides you. This is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is you being very strongly connected to the Virgo new moon. You plan. You're going to want to, Scorpio, plan things out a lot more than you are used to. Don't get caught up in the details. Have a plan, yes. Set a foundation, but don't become bound to it. You also have a very strong connection here to the Capricorn energy. Okay? You can look at the details. You can put things together. You see the connection. But you also need to feel it. Why? Because you're a Scorpio. You need to come off through feeling, through understanding, through a compassionate nature. That brings you your wealth. You're seeing things differently. You're owning your passion, your power, your creativity. That brings you wealth or what you value as much as money to move you forward, to move to the next step, right? Again, things change. And at times, especially emotionally, personally, emotionally, you have here all major arcana cards. Things change and you feel like you're on a roller coaster ride, and the intensity of this moon is sometimes so overpowering that you're going to need to step back. Okay? The power of the High Priestess is so intense for you that you can need to step back and say, listen, Spirit, angels, you need to kind of cool it down just a little bit, because I need to move forward in truth and in understanding, and it's all coming at me just a little bit too fast for me to be able to fully comprehend, for me to be able to fully see, for me to be able to fully take in. And here's the thing. You're going to think, oh my gosh, Spirit's never going to listen. I'll never get this opportunity again. Spirit will listen, and you will get the opportunity again. But you need to take it at a pace that is emotionally, mentally, and physically comfortable for you, or else it's all going to get jumbled. So let's see what Luna has to say for herself. How will Scorpio be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Scorpio be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Scorpio be affected by the September 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. How will Scorpio be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Scorpio be affected by the September 2020 full moon? How will Scorpio be affected by the September 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Wisdom, fear, impatience. Patience. This full moon is also called the corn moon, and this is the corn moon right here. So having patience with the way this moon is moving you forward, because it brings forward wisdom, yes, but it also brings forward fear. And you're going to find yourself, here guided. And as you're guided, call upon the crow spirit. I know it is for October, but it's going to be right here with you. It's going to be leading you from fear into power, into grace, into determination. And then we have will. You have a very strong Virgo presence here. You are good enough. Your dreams need a practical plan. Be bold and make the first move. You and your loved ones are safe. The energy is gaining momentum. So I love this. I love the wisdom that's coming for you and coming from you during this time. It's beautiful, it's unique. You're putting things together that most people turn away from because it's not the pretty, shiny, beautiful things that people always want to look at. Scorpio, you are more drawn to things that are just a little bit more in the dark, okay? Just a little bit, I don't want to say spooky, but it's not spooky so much as it's real, right? You're the type of person who sees the shadow self and the self that people want to project. And you don't shy away from it. And as you see this, there's a fear. There's a fear of the shadow self. There's a fear of moving forward. There's a fear of falling into despair and doubt and not moving forward the way that you want to. And there's a way that you're breaking out of this cage, out of hiding in a little ball inside of you and saying no. And as you break that fear, you need to be patient with yourself because you're moving forward towards your will, towards your power, towards what you desire from one portal to another. And as you do so, it leads you to, of course, the portal of the new moon. And it says here, you are good enough. And I always found that so terribly condescending. And now I find that so terribly powerful. Because in this moment, in exactly where you are, no matter how overwhelmed you feel, no matter how inadequate you feel, you are enough. You have enough in you to call forward your strength and your glory, and to start moving in a direction that brings brilliance, that brings radiance, that brings power into your life. You are enough. Is it hard work to be enough? Yeah, it is. Is it expecting better every single day? Yeah, it is. But it can be 1%. 1% better. If you do 1% better, which is a lot, okay, better every day, that's 365% better in a year. It's kind of like saying I'm going to lose a pound a week. That's amazing. That's like 52 pounds in a year. That's a heck of a lot. That's like a person. Okay, a small person, yes, but still a person. All right? Here, I am enough. I am powerful. I am graceful. I am living in my glory. And I might have slipped from my glory and my truth. I might have lost sight of me and found what everybody else wanted. But now it's time to claim me back. And as I do, my dreams need a practical plan. And you have this practical plan because the spiritual and the practical are coming together, the dreams and what it takes to make them come together. And you have this Taurus full moon. This is stubborn determination, guiding you, leading you. It brings you to be bold and to make the first move. Instead of saying, oh, one day, it's like be bold and say today. Because it guides you. It guides you. And you know that as you do this, you and your loved ones are safe. You're not just throwing it into the ring and kind of like, quitting and joining the circus. It's like, no. I am moving forward in the power and the glory. And I am moving forward knowing that I am taking care of what I need to take care of so that we can have the best life possible. So that we can move towards a greater truth and into a greater space. And as we do so, the energy gains momentum. We put the crown on our heads and we claim the prosperity that is our birthright. And that's what you're doing right here. Your subconscious message from Luna is self-love. Self-love, glory, understanding, truth, beauty, looking at yourself and saying, wow, I love you. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. Say that for 5 seconds. I love you, I love you, I love you. Is it easy? Can you look yourself in the eye and say it? Start. Start just for 5 seconds and grow. Add 1 second on every week. See where it gets you. Look in that same mirror and say, I am enough. I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. Every single reason you are not enough and you are not lovable will come up in your head. Keep pushing through. And say, yeah, okay, I've messed up. I might not be perfect. I might not look like a supermodel. I might not be this or that. I get it. But I was me. But I am me. And I was not created as a mistake, but as a powerful truth with a reason for walking on this earth. This then leads you to prosperity lying ahead. Strong Taurus energy here, okay, within the moon. Prosperity lies ahead because you claim it, you own it, you are it. Your subconscious tarot message is lovers. This is Gemini energy, a time frame of May 21st to June 20th. This is a duality of spirit. This is a deep and passionate love of the soul. This is moving towards something so much greater, something so much more. This is your heart being in charge during this time, compassion guiding you forward, emotion being your true north. Move forward in love. Move forward towards what you love. And do not forget, Scorpio, to be in love with yourself. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation. Once again, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, a moving forward in strength of self, commitment to dreams, determination of being, and a love of who we are and who we are to become. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and harmony, Scorpio.